watching abscesses getting removed from cow hooves. I'm sorry, man. Horses, elephants, farm animals with infections. Well, why am I so worried about how I look on video? I look like shit all the time anyway. Might as well just embrace it. Last night I said I was going to find an alarm. I did not do that. So I think before I do anything else, I'm going to go out, hop online, find that clock and just order one, and get in the habit of keeping my pill box and some water right next to it so I don't have to think too hard to take my Vyvanse. Oh, that reminds me, I should probably take my Vyvanse right now. Let's do that. My room is not very clean right now. I don't want to show the chaos too much. That'll be for another day. Normally I don't like taking my Vyvanse at 11:30. And normally I probably wouldn't take it at all right now. But I think I need to make some concessions to these little rules of mine that seem to not help me. 11:30 a.m. for Vyvanse is good compared to 0, because it'll give me a boost of energy, it'll make me focused, and hopefully I can get something done and feel good about that, you know? Dishes, laundry, clean my room, whatever. I fell asleep with my TV on. That has been a new thing lately. I had never really used to need my TV on or any kind of background noise to go to sleep and stay asleep. But lately, if I turn off everything and it's dead silent, I find it very difficult to just go to sleep. If there's no noise, my brain starts to race. And I've tried it. I've because I'm tired, and I'm like, okay, time to go to sleep. Turning everything off. I don't want to make a habit of using the 4 letters, the 4-letter word or the 4-letter diagnosis, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm not even going to say it, but that 4-letter diagnosis, it has gotten worse over time. The older I get, the worse it gets. Let's see. I've gotten up. It's 11:30. It's probably noon by now. Oh, no. It's 11:45. I'm going to go check on everybody. I can hear my son in the living room. I'm lucky in that, although I have a 10-year-old son who is underage and needs supervision, etc., I also have 2 adult daughters in the house. One is 18, one is 21. And, the 18-year-old tends to hang out in her own room a lot. But the 21-year-old is always out here in the living room. And sometimes she's a lot more of a helicopter parent than I. I'm not a helicopter parent, but she has always been. So she's like my helper as far as like mom things. So when I sleep during the day and I can't wake up, I don't worry too much because I know she's there. It would be worse if my son was alone in the house at 10 a.m. with a sleeping mom. It's kind of like kids that grow up with alcoholic parents who are always passed out. That's child neglect. I don't think it's a good idea to pass out and be oblivious to anything that may be going on in the house when you have underage kids. I never leave him alone at home. It's important to me to know that he's safe. And to go, a step further, I would like to be able to be a mom during the day. And ever since this insomnia started getting this bad, I have actually literally forgotten what day of the week it is. Speaking of what day of the week it is it trash pickup day? Yeah, I've missed it. I missed trash pickup day. I haven't bought the clock, but I'm going to do that in the next couple hours. I did have my alarm on my phone on, which, let me see something. I did take my ADHD meds. Wait a minute. Did I just take it twice? Oh my God. No. Oh shit. I think I may have taken my ADHD meds twice just now. Oh my God, I'm gonna be a fucking mess. Oh, I did not just do that. Did I just do that? I have an alarm that wakes me up at 8 a.m. every day on my phone. Right? That one right there. Normally I don't hear it. Today I did, and it woke me up. I went to the bathroom, and I'm pretty sure I took ADHD meds at that time. I'm pretty sure I did take it. That would explain why I feel so good right now. And I took it again? Oh my God. I'm not gonna throw up. I'm not gonna throw up this pill. People, this is real. This is what happens when insomnia meets ADHD. My anxiety is gonna go through the roof, and I'm gonna be borderline manic, running around in this house. I'm probably gonna build a tree house, clean the house top to bottom. Not exactly a bad thing. I'm going to be going nuts. I had never taken my Vyvanse twice in one morning before. Okay? It would be a first. So how is it possible that I would take my meds twice if I have this? This is supposed to help, right? Now, if I set this up and I only take the pill for the day of the week, then that wouldn't happen, right? But I didn't follow the days. I just opened up one of the ones that only had an ADHD pill in it, and I took the pill. So today's gonna be a good day. So I keep all of my medications in a big 1-gallon Ziploc bag. And so if you are a young person and you have grandparents and you see how many medications your grandparents take, and you swear to yourself that you will never be your grandparent, continue living in ignorance. That's fine. Because when I was younger and my grandparents had like this, in the center of their kitchen table was this big flat plate, and it was filled with medication. And they would like every morning go like, "Did you take this pill?" "Yeah, I took that pill." And they're like pill popping in the morning, and with like, I don't know, 25 bottles of medications in front of them. I'm like, damn. Well, welcome to new age. I wouldn't need any of these medications if, let's leave the ADHD meds out, okay? Because I can't choose not to have ADHD, but you could do things to help you cope to the point where you don't need medications. You take care of yourself, exercise, eat right. Don't let yourself get overweight. And I mean, just because you're middle-aged doesn't mean you have to be overweight. Everybody naturally gains weight over time. You see all these older people and everybody's got extra poundage, and your body shape starts to change. You start to look like a babushka. If it's in your genes, sorry, it's gonna be tough not to go there unless you really work hard. And working hard, exercising is not something I enjoy doing. I wish I did. And so, genetics took over. But you can always win out over genetics if you work hard, exercise. And I've seen it firsthand. I wish it was as important to me. And maybe I could still get there. But not today. I just spent the last 10 minutes talking to myself. I had forgotten to hit record, which is fine because I was just rambling about nonsense. I wasn't making any sense to anybody. If there's anything positive I can say about myself, pat myself on the back for, is that I never give up. I think the day I truly give up will be the day that because what is there to live for, or what hope is there for anything if I give up on trying to fix any of my issues? But I digress. I've only taken this particular sleep aid 3 times in total. The first time it seemed to work. Within a couple of hours I was sleeping. Second time did not do a thing. I was wide awake all night long. Third time was last night. And again, it took a couple of hours for it to kick in. Fell asleep. I think I had a pretty good sleep. But when I woke up at 11, I took my Vyvanse. And then as soon as I took it, I remembered that I had woken up at 8 a.m. and then at 11 I took it again. And it wasn't until after I took it that I realized, and I was like, oh my God, what kind of a day am I going to have today? This is ridiculous. Well, the good news is I didn't feel any kind of ill effect from it. I'm just going to have to remember to use the days on this pill box so that I never again have to question it. Technically today is Friday. And so I should take Friday's pills today because technically it's Friday. And then when I wake up in the morning, I'll have that one single solitary Vyvanse pill there. And when it's gone, I'll know that I took it. So I got up at 11, took the Vyvanse pill. I did feel good. I knew that I didn't need to sleep anymore. So I just got up and I stayed up all day. Felt good. I didn't feel like a zombie. I didn't do any dishes. Now, I feel like I was productive, even though there's a lot of things that need to get done around here that I didn't even touch. There's a jigsaw puzzle that we're all putting together, and I spent some time on that. Felt pretty alert. No foggy brain. when I was sick and tired of doing that, I sat down with my laptop and I started looking at my resume. I saw that there was a job opportunity that popped up. So I read through it, went to the website, read a couple of things, and submitted my resume and applied for one of the positions there. Just one, not 30 like I probably should be doing, or even 10, just one. I need to do more, but that is still a step in the right direction. I'm not gonna beat myself up for not having done more. I am very happy that I did what I did. And most importantly, the fact that I felt good doing it. I hate when I feel anxiety over stuff, defeatist about finding a new job, and then I go and apply for a job while feeling defeatist. I know that people who get shit done, no matter how they feel, they get stuff done because they can do what they know needs to get done despite how they feel. I have not been able to achieve that level of greatness. When I feel like shit, I can't do what needs to get done. The bare minimum that I can do is get food, feed people, take people to school. And by people, I mean my children. Make sure they got clothes. That is the bare minimum I can do. Even when I am dragging, I do that. That I do. Anything beyond that, taking a shower, changing my clothes, making my bed, doing dishes, throwing away the trash. That is above and beyond what I'm capable of doing when I'm feeling like ass. And these are all things that need to get done. And they're like your basic stuff. But I'm not one of those people who can just do it despite how I'm feeling. Now, that is something that I have strived to reach. I want to be the person who gets done what needs to get done, even when I'm feeling like ass. Because I know that the next day will be better. Because after I'm done doing the thing that needed to get done, I may feel marginally better. And I also save future me from having to deal with the snowball effect of undone chores around the house, or unpaid bills, or layers of dead skin because I haven't showered, or looking like ass, feeling like ass because I haven't washed my hair, or, whatever. That snowball effect you have when things pile up so much that you don't know how to handle it. That's what I'd like to spare myself of by just doing what needs to get done despite how I'm feeling. And, I am 52 years old. I'm 52 years old. And what I just said that I want to achieve has been the same thing that I've been wanting to achieve for the last 20, 30 years. Struggling with executive dysfunction is a lifelong reality for me. That's never going to go away. I can get better at dealing with those feelings, but the battle is never going to go away because I can't remove certain aspects of who I am from me, though. That would mean, extricating certain bad genes out of my DNA. This is how I'm built, and this is how a lot of people are built. And we all, or I can only speak for myself, I am the way I am. And like I said, the one thing that I can pat myself on the back for is the fact that I've never given up, I've never lost hope, never not tried to improve myself. It's lifelong. I'm forever need to have to improve myself. The day that I have given up on that is the day I might as well just lay down and die. But I've never had the desire or even delusion. Maybe the delusion is that I can improve. I've never felt that I was a lost cause. I've never felt that there was still something that I could do. I've never felt that there wasn't something that I could do. I'm going to continue on, as I always have my entire life, continuing trying to improve myself, improving my habits. I am my own worst enemy. I have to get out of my own way and learning how to put aside all of this baggage, take all of this crappy baggage and say, okay, baggage, we're going to handle this later. Right now, I got to do some dishes. That's where I want to get. I haven't reached that yet. However, there was a time in my recent past when I was able to do that. Didn't last very long, but I was very happy that I was able to do that. And I just got to continue on. Make that a more regular occurrence and figure out what the state of mind is that I need to be in to make it happen. So right now I'm going to take my medication because I'm sitting here. I have my water. I'm going to take all my pills except for the Vyvanse. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pills here in my palm. No, I can't count. This is 6. There's 3 Wellbutrin, 1 progesterone, 1 metoprolol, and one Losart. And then I'm going to chug all this down. And at the end, when I'm done taking all of it, I'm going to pop a Unisom. And this is, I'm not trying to, I just picked this up. There's other sleep aids over the counter. There's no particular reason I chose this over any other. It's just the one that I grabbed. And I know I have another brand somewhere in this house. Maybe under a pile of clutter somewhere. That might have been the one that gave me the really crazy dreams I didn't want to do again. Either way, there's no particular reason I chose Unisom. I just chose it. I mean, taking it 3 nights is not long enough for me to really form an opinion. Because there was 2 successes and 1 fail. Also, let's keep in mind that it's taken quite a while for it to kick in. Maybe that's how the thing is supposed to work, or maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just really hard to knock out. I mean, how do I feel like today went versus yesterday? Light years. Now, I fell asleep around 6-ish versus 7 or 8 from the previous night, and I was able to take my Vyvanse in the morning. The jury is out on whether I took 1 or 2. Lord knows what I actually did. I have no idea. There, I've taken all of my required medication. And last but not least, this little sucker right here. It is 2:45 a.m. I probably should have taken it 2 hours ago, but I totally forgot. I was too busy going down yet another YouTube rabbit hole. Do you want to know what the latest YouTube rabbit hole? You know, I love true crime. That's usually the rabbit hole I go down. No, man, not lately. Lately, it has been Pepe's Towing Service out of California, out of Los Angeles. They have a YouTube channel. Whenever there's like a rollover, tractor trailer, an accident or whatever, and they need, their services are required, guess who is watching their shit? I have never really been into this tractor trailer, towing. Seriously? Towing? But I find it so fascinating. And also, those guys are really funny. It's really interesting to me to watch somebody, you know, pull out their outriggers. I never knew what an outrigger was. Now I know what a freaking outrigger was. Spreaders. Who knew? So it's just really interesting. So that's the latest rabbit hole. But in addition, watching abscesses getting removed from cow hooves. I'm sorry, man. Cow hooves, horses, elephants, animals, farm animals with abscesses, infections in their hooves or under their skin. These freaking veterinarians or whatever, they come out in their jeans, no gloves, no protective gear, something that looks like a box cutter, and they just slice into it and let it drain out. It's the most disgusting shit in the world. But I can't stop watching it. It's nasty. It's nasty, but it's so weird. And I just can't stop watching. It's like a rubbernecker. And maybe that's why I like the whole towing service thing too, because, you know, when you're driving down the expressway, you see a big wreck, and you're like, wow, I wonder what happened there. But you only have like 5 seconds to look, because you got to keep on going. You don't get to sit around and watch the mayhem unfold or see what happens next. But the towing company thing, you get to see what happens next. It's interesting. It's really good. So, yeah, that's the latest rabbit hole. And I didn't even know it was 2 o'clock in the morning. And, you know, I guess I need a new alarm for that. Speaking of alarms, I did say yesterday that go on Amazon and try to find a new alarm clock, one dedicated to helping me remember take my Vyvanse in the morning. I started doing my research. I almost got the Sonic Bomb or some other one that has very shrill, loud, obnoxious alarms, and maybe even a thing that you stick underneath your mattress to vibrate you, shake you out of bed or something. But the more I kept researching that, the more I knew that would not work with me. If I am thrown out of bed abruptly in the middle of the night while I'm in the middle of sleep, I will turn off, and I've done it before, turn off the alarm, go back to sleep, and probably not even remember that I did it. So yeah, I knew that the whole ear-piercing alarm idea was probably a bad idea. So I opted instead for something called the sunrise alarm. It's supposed to wake you up gently by turning on a light, and it gets brighter and brighter and brighter. Now my room is pretty dim until I get up and open the blinds. So maybe it'll work, but it doesn't just do a light. It also does sound, either radio or, I don't know, birds chirping, some crap. And it starts out on a low volume and works its way up. I just plugged it in and it's already set up. But I'm gonna give it a shot and see if it helps. And that's it. I've talked long enough. Between this video and the one from this morning, this thing is too long already. I'll check in tomorrow and see if I'm able to get my sleep schedule back to something more normalized. I don't want to start my day at 11 a.m. I need to start my day maybe 4 hours prior to that. So slowly but surely, hopefully I'll be pushing my wake up time earlier and earlier and my sleep time earlier and earlier. It's 3 o'clock now. This Unisom should kick in by 5. Now yesterday when I was recording it was after 4 and I thought it would kick in by 5 and it didn't. But now it's a lot earlier. So I've taken it earlier than I did yesterday by about an hour, 20 minutes. So my homework, my self-assigned homework, is to set an alarm on my phone to remind me to take that. And make sure that the new alarm clock is set up and see how it functions tomorrow. I can't like bite off more than I can chew and expect it to work. And I'll report again tomorrow. All right, over and out. Peace.